Okay, hello again, friends and followers. Well, I've added two capacitors, two 450 volt 100 UF capacitors to the high voltage area. I have a cover on there in case they explode because the power supply is on. With capacitors, if you hook them up wrong, they will explode. I don't think I've hooked them up wrong, but be cautious. Save your eyes from problems in your face. Okay, so I'm turned on here, the radio's on. I can measure roughly on the high voltage now, right there, 728 volts, which is about right where it should be. And I'm not getting any hum at all now. So here's the probe. And I'm looking at a 1 volt scale on the scope. And there we go, 750 volts. Do you see any hum? I don't. So that fixes this power supply. I'll unplug it now or turn it off because I hate running it with those capacitors uncovered until I put the cover on. Radio is now off. Okay, radio's off. Power supply's off. I have had capacitors explode on me before, but usually like in a radio which has not been tested. And I don't variac these things. I just turn them on and say, if they're going to explode, let them explode. Okay, so there's the bush fix I have in here. It took about 15 minutes. I had these capacitors in the junk box. I must use them for some other project. I don't know. Or I bought them to fix one of these, but never did. Anyway, that is a conclusive fix on this thing. Two capacitors and it's done. I'm not going to pull the old ones out. I'm not going to disconnect them. I think they're dried out. They're not leaking. So anyway, this really fixed it. And maybe there's now a little more capacitance on the line. The power supply is working. So I'm going to put the cover back on. This one goes to ground, so it's pretty safe. This one is intermediate. It doesn't really go to ground. There's probably 450 on one side and 750 on the other. So you want to make sure this one isn't really near metal or touching. It's kind of hanging in thin air there, but it's not really touching anything. If you would touch the case there, you would get quite a nice shock. So anyway, because there's going to be a cover on here, I'm not going to worry about it. This metal cover goes on here, and my gosh, you don't want this thing touching the cover either. And how does it look? It won't touch the cover, so I think we're fine. Anyway, that's it for this power supply that I have on eBay with the Drake stack. So I think that'll cause the transmitter now to come up to full power. And I'll note that on my eBay listing, and off these guys go. I guess I'll use them for a while and see how they work, and off they go. So yeah, I collect radios, but I kind of just fix them, you know. I really fix them, use them for a while, sell them off. I probably shouldn't do that, but I'm gonna be moving in about a year. Don't want to have a lot of radios to move, so I think they're all getting sold off. Anyway, there's the scope running. Turn that off. There's 3 of these radios I've been working on. They're on their side because that means they receive well. Not sure about the transmitting yet. I'm also working on this Ten-Tech Paragon 1. Gonna replace IF board in that one. Here's the World War II radio. Gonna try and buy a dynamotor for this thing and get it working. I guess it's gonna get sold off too. I gotta get rid of these radios because I'm probably gonna move in a year, so I don't want to move all these radios. It's been fun working on them. It takes a lot of time though, and I mean, look at all the junk I've had to accumulate to work on these radios. I've had to get spare parts. I've had to get all sorts of parts and tools. It's just nuts. So I thought I would do this in retirement, but maybe I won't. Maybe I won't. It depends. I guess I'll figure out what I'll do in retirement when I retire. For now, I'm still working in IT, so. All right, I'm not so sure I want to be a radio mechanic in the future. It's been kind of fun, I guess. All right, well, thanks for watching. I'm going to put the cover back on this thing. give it a quick test, have some lunch, get back to my real job. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.